17 years after Ishrat Jahan and 4 others were killed in an encounter, a special CBI court today discharged the remaining 3 police officers who were accused of fake extrajudicial killing. In its ruling, the court today said that there was no question of any fake encounter and that there is nothing on record to even prima facie suggest that the victims were not terrorists. Paraphrasing this, basically the court today has said that Ishrat Jahan and those who were killed along with her were terrorists. And what the police officers who were accused did was only in pursuance of their duty. With this judgment, all 7 accused in the case have been cleared, but it has put those in the dock who for 17 years not only called this encounter fake, but also tried to portray Ishrat Jahan as an innocent girl who was killed for political purposes. Some even suggested, and in fact this was a headline, that Ishrat was killed for being a Muslim. Will all of those people who put their own politics above national security, who tried to whitewash terror for their political ends, and let's face it, to basically frame Narendra Modi, are they now going to answer for the damage that they have caused over the last decade and a half?
मोदीचं प्रकरण संबंध देशात गाजतंय सध्या. तुमच्या वाचनात आलं असेल. इस्रत काय त्या मुलीची चूक? ठीक आहे, कदाचित प्रेमात पडली असेल, काही गेली असेल, अहमदाबादला गेले. माहिती आता अशी मिळते की त्या तिघांना आदल्या दिवशी अटक केली आणि दुसऱ्या दिवशी सकाळी किंवा संध्याकाळी रस्त्यावर आणून तिघांना गोळ्या घालून ठार मारले. आपण त्यांची कदाचित फोटो वर्तमानपत्रामध्ये पाहिलेली असतील की 3 पेच पडलेली. काय हा प्रकार आहे? कॉलेजमध्ये शिकणारी एक इनोसंट मुलगी अतिरेकी झाली.
News Hour at 10. Debate number 2 on Times Now. Super Prime Time.
R.P. Singh, national spokesperson of the BJP, joins us along with J. Sai Deepak, advocate, Sujata Paul, political analyst, Shoaib Jamai, president of Indian Muslim Foundation. First question to MC Abbas, political analyst. I just want to turn around what we just heard Mr. Sharad Pawar say. He said, how did an innocent college-going girl turn into a terrorist? I want to ask you today, MC Abbas, how did a terrorist turn into an innocent college-going girl?
And this question is not legitimate to me. I do not know about innocent or terrorist, but let me put across one thing straight. The High Court, which appointed the special investigation team, did say that there's a fake encounter, and also, as a matter of fact, all those aforementioned people who were killed were in the police custody. So therefore,
let me ask you this very simply, sir.
Years,
do you believe that Ishrat Jahan was a terrorist? Yes or no?
Well, that is for the Supreme Court to decide. I'm sure the CBI will lead to the apex court and they will decide. And whatsoever decide, I shall agree and accept to it. Certainly, yes.
Are you sure you will accept?
Let me tell you.
Are you sure you will accept if the Supreme Court says so?
Of course, I will.
Are you absolutely certain? Or will you say the Supreme Court is compromised?
Let me tell you.
Or that the Chief Justice has sold out?
Everyone knows that CBI is under.
Be very clear about what you wish for, sir. Or what you are promising.
Allow me, ma'am. Let me tell you what I wish for. Even in the Babri Masjid court case, I did accept what the Supreme Court said. My statement on Times Now. You can go back and check. And in the case of Ishrat Jahan, so the apex court.
So in the case of the special CBI court, you don't believe what the court has said, even if it has looked at evidence on record, including the fact that there are judgments which have been made against the other police officers which exonerated them, and they weren't challenged, including by Ishrat Jahan's own family. MC Abbas.
This Constitution of India allows me to dissent with the verdict. Dissent doesn't charge for sedition in the words of Bharatiya Janata Party ruling government. Neither it is
nobody is calling you seditionist. Why are you being dramatic? Nobody is accusing you of sedition. I just asked you a simple question. Do you agree with what the trial court has said while exonerating the 3 police officers?
Ma'am, I honestly, if you ask me today, with the exoneration of the 3 police officers, let the Supreme Court come in. I really wish and hope the CBI takes this to the Supreme Court and they will decide whether these are to be charged as guilty.
Okay, RP Singh, so this counts for nothing. This is only the trial court.
Let's talk about the Supreme Court. Remember that Afzal hum sharminda hain, tere qatil zinda hain. So the question would be on Supreme Court. Yaqub Menon was a poor person. He was a poor person. Had Kassab not been caught by the Bombay police, he would have been a guy who has wandered around. He was an RSS stooge. He was placed by RSS to do that. So don't believe in anything which is happening. Burhan Wani, a poor schoolmaster's son, very poor schoolmaster's son. I should not do that, but I was going through a Twitter handle of a very renowned TV anchor and a journalist. He said in 2009, and this is September 2009, when CBI filed that it was they were terrorists and they were tipped by the IB for that. And he said Isra Jahan was killed in a fake encounter. Communism. Can I complete, please? Communalization of police force and fraud system award has created this situation. This is a very renowned TV anchor.
Shoaib Jamai.
I was on debate with him on other channel. I said, you said this. Can I? So yes. Issue is
Padmaja.
They can
Padmaja, please allow me.
Every authority.
Sir, please
they can keep dissenting with all courts. Shoaib Jamai. As long as it suits your politics.
This case is not
projecting like Shaheed. They are being apologetic like saying, she was Shaheed. Bichari Shaheed thi, uske naam pe.
Why don't you stop?
Shoaib Jamai. And it follows to pattern, right?
Time, sir.
It follows to pattern from Batla House to Isra Jahan. Shoaib Jamai.
No, Padmaja, see, first of all, this case is not about whether Isra Jahan was a terrorist or not. The case was fake encounter. And by giving the judgment by the CBI court, which is under the clutches of the government, that Isra Jahan was a terrorist, this doesn't give clean sheet to the Amit Shah and the then Modi government at the Gujarat, because the case was about it is fake encounter or not. Because every person who are accused of the terrorism needs a fair trial. That's the case. And the second thing you should know,
why even bother with what the case is? Because anyway the CBI is in the clutches of the government. Sai Deepak. Why just the CBI? The Supreme Court is in the clutches of the government.
No.
Why even bother to give the caveat of what the case was about then, Shoaib Jamai? Yes, go on.
He has been kept in a jail for
when
so long.
Yaqub Menon is effectively convicted by consecutive court, and Supreme Court is when the Supreme Court is compromised. When Colonel Purohit is tortured, then justice is done and Safra Terran is born. And when somebody like Afzal Guru is convicted and he's hanged, then the entire establishment is compromised. When Isra Jahan effectively is killed in an encounter and not a fake encounter, then the entire ecosystem is effectively manufactured this particular sympathy narrative that it's a young college-going girl. It's interesting that you ran the clip of Mr. Sharad Pawar, because given the circumstances, I'd like to understand how this dynamic plays out. Because I want to understand what is Mr. Sharad Pawar's position going to be today on this particular judgment. Because it seems as if his party is caught in a bit of a crossfire in multiple places.
And most importantly, what is the Shiv Sena's argument going to be? And also what they are going to say about Sachin Waze, because they are so particular about encounter politics. But Sachin Waze, who was also accused in fake encounters, was given some pretty plum assignments. But that is a separate debate for a separate day altogether. Simple question, Sujata Paul, which I want to ask you. Shoaib Jamai says the court, the CBI, everything is taken over by this fascist government. Tell me, the month that this encounter happened, it was carried out by the Gujarat police, but the intelligence came from the Central Intelligence Bureau. Who was controlling the Central Intelligence Bureau from where those inputs emanated?
Are you trying to say that today the Central Intelligence Bureau is controlled by the BJP?
Padmaja,
I beg to differ. And Mr. RP Singh, you said a lot of things. But do you remember who said Bihar ki beti? Nitish Kumar ji, and you have formed a government with him. So let's not get there. However, what I want to talk about is this particular judgment. The Indian Evidence Act lays the burden of proof On whom? On the person who is making the accusation, and he has to prove beyond reasonable doubt that the person is guilty. But has that happened? And with all due respect to the judgment and to the honorable judge, this judgment will stand trial. The judgment will stand trial. The judgment has not attained finality, and we need to wait till it reaches the Supreme Court and we see what the Supreme Court says. And whatever
do you understand what was CBI trying to do under Chidambaram? They were trying to frame IB. They were trying to frame the IB officials.
You are trying to do that. Mr. R.P. Singh, that is what I'm asking you. Are you trying to say that today
I'm telling you on record. There was affidavit filed by then Mr. Chidambaram's government as a home minister.
Yes, so you mean to say that when he was in government, he was controlling, and today you're controlling it. Is that what you're trying to say? Are you controlling every investigation, Mr. R.P. Singh? Let us not undermine the democracy of our country.
Madam, if you're for a moment suggesting that the Intelligence Bureau was working on its own free will, you could not be farther from the truth. Yes, the Intelligence Bureau may not be controlled by the government, but it reports directly to the government, and it cannot be passing on intelligence to the state police without having the prior permission and knowledge of the center. And you know who was in government at the center at the time that this encounter took place. So if your main focus is that this was a staged fake encounter, the center has as much to answer for as the police at the time. That being said, today's judgment does leave a lot of questions to be answered for all of those who tried to paint this as an attack on somebody purely for their religious identity. A big disservice to the country. Unfortunately, I'm out of time. Thank you very much, all gentlemen. Sujata Paul for joining me. See you tomorrow.